Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. We strongly advise you to stay on a sim as long as needed before you start using a real money. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal. As long as you are on a sim, we're not responsible for your trade. It's a totally educational videos. We try to help you with your trades. For the ones that just joined us, on the left upper corner, you have the market analyzer, and on the market analyzer you can connect your auto trade as you see in the blue chart. And then as an example, you have an ES. The market analyzer is based on one contract. Excuse me. We have an entry 39.1475, target 39.2650. We are in that trade based on the last entry signal, not the whole day. On that trade is 26 ticks into the profit because it's one contract. If we look down on the ES, there is a two contract, 600. On the market analyzer, there is 300. So based on the last entry trading, based on the last contract, the last entry, it is 367 ticks into the profit. And you don't have to trade them all. You don't have to. You can activate any auto trade you want on any instruments. You can auto trade the ES alone. You can auto trade ES NASDAQ. If you want to, you can activate YM NASDAQ ES. It depends on the risk reward and how much you can handle volatility in the market and how much you are willing to risk. At the same time, you have to understand the risk also in the future, how much you can afford to lose and how much you can afford to win. There is no such a system called winning. You're gonna have a good days and a bad days for the rest of your life. On the right upper corner, this is also the same principle, but this one here is based on a 15-second signal. If we look at the white chart here, it is the 15-second NASDAQ entry price. It's 128.4375, and the target 129.20. We have 166 ticks, 174 ticks into the profit. Based on one contract is a 174 ticks, and here, as you see, it is exactly the same amount. Here is based on one contract. And this is a principle of we're going to provide a lot of auto trades. We're going to share a lot of auto trades today with you. This is a base on people, and we have also the YM is $1,000. This is one type of an auto trade. Then we have a different type of an auto trades, from scalping to swing trading, the TI7, and this is a different automated trade. Has not taken any trade, we just activated. And this is a different scalping mood, and it is a very friendly use to the traders. They are not familiar with, as you see, the profit is 000, and we managed to find a time frame for those beginners so they will not get into. Okay, let me start again with this before we get confused with this. You can I'm gonna give you another example. This is an ES on an auto trade. I took it, the first trade is 337, and now we climb in and we have a 600 on that. That kind of auto trade is called the TI7, with a huge variety of entries. And I have different filters, different entry. Why have different entries? In 2021, if you think yourself you're gonna come in and pull your ATR or your MACD in the market and you think you're gonna pull it, think again. You're not gonna able to do that. And on top of that, you wanna use a Renko bar as what I expected yesterday. If you go back to the video yesterday, and I have revealed the biggest secret, the biggest scam about auto trades. And I told you yesterday, I'm gonna be attacked by competitors under false emails, and which it happened yesterday, and it probably will continue till the end of this month, or probably for another 2 months, because I pissed off a lot of people yesterday. Go back to the video yesterday, and actually I have one of the members, somebody was trying to get him to buy his software, and he's selling software based on Renko bar. And I have another guy also yesterday, some company was trying to sell him Autotrade. He didn't tell me the details. I was helping him but the other guy, I talked to him in the details, and asking him why Sam is revealing all this on a YouTube, and he hate my guts because, and I revealed a lot of secret, and that hurts his business, and he hates my guts, and he hope that I will shut up. And indirectly, I was threatened to shut up. And I tell you what, my friend, you're not able to budge me, and the reality, the traders has to be done. And it was yesterday after I revealed a lot of scam on auto trades, indirectly I was threatened. So it doesn't matter. It takes much more bigger boys than that for me. Anyway, today we wanted to cover the scalper and the auto trade. And this kind of auto trade, this is a total different auto trade. And this kind of auto trade, you can use the minutes, and when you are using the minutes, you're gonna be having a lot of losing trades and winning trades. And if the market is moving, you're gonna be making money. So what we have come out with, something like this on a little higher time frame with a 12 range. Why we did this? And it is the scalper. This is the scalper. This is the TI7 with the different entries for more advanced trader. But the scalper is a friendly use for newer people, and they don't have the knowledge to read the market, which has been a problem for the guy is auto trading, that when he turning on the auto trade, he don't understand certain time in the market cannot be traded, and a required knowledge. And this was yesterday as an example. If we look from that resistance line at 39.18 and to 39.0850, and going back to the resistance line at 39.14, and in this area here, look at this, from 809 until 951, this is a very huge. It was no movement on the ES, something you can say I'm trading. It is a small trades, and it is it's nothing to chew in the market in here, especially if you have $1,000 target. You're not gonna come near to the $1,000 target. So everybody wanna sell an auto trade. I respect that, But the problem is they forget that part. No matter how much you optimize, still require to look at the market before you start auto trading. Here is my problem for many years. Some people listen, some people don't listen. My children don't listen, so I'm not expecting a stranger to listen. I have 2 children, and I think they have a problem with their ears. They cannot listen to anything I say. And so I'm not expecting, strangers to listen. But they are teenager kids, So what we find out in the last 15 years, we have trained thousands of people, and of course, you cannot be success. I mean, if you have a class with 50 students, you're gonna have some student that are gonna respond and get an A plus, and then you're gonna have some student that are gonna be on the E minus banana. So even if you have the same class and the same teacher, the same room, does not mean everyone is gonna get A plus. And when you are talking about 15 years, thousands of traders, you cannot get everyone on the A plus. Some people takes longer, and some people will never gonna get it because they keep trying for the last 10 years, go on a shortcut and avoid the learning. So I don't want to go through that and open my wounds with it. But people sometimes cannot see when the market is tradable or not. So we come out with the scalper. The scalper is a little bit friendly use, but in the same time, look, I've been busy. I missed that. Oh God, I missed this one. Okay. The whole idea about the 11-12 range ES, what it does is cutting off a lot of noises in the market. That's what I'm doing. At the same time, it's a friendly use. At the same time, no matter when you tell, this is our experience. I mean, I'm talking from many years teaching people, and they come with all kind of color, all kind of attitude, personality, when you are dealing with the public, which most of you do. So I come out months ago with a 11-12 range trade, cutting off all the noises in the market, and yet when you are taking a trade, they are. And by the way, we don't have a webinar on Monday, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to keep nagging those traders until everyone get it and everyone get it right. And I'm not going to let it go until every single trader we have knows how to set up the scalper and knows how to do it by themselves. I don't want to just hand out templates. I want the trader to right-click on the chart and put on this auto trade, there is nothing you can do. Just put the stop loss. That's it. And let it go. That's it. There is no tweaking. No, you don't need to optimize. You can optimize. But what this auto trade does, it gives a quality trade. If we notice, this one, it gives a quality trade. Maybe you will have 1 or 2 trades a day, but those 2 trades around $1,000, $800, $1,200, and some of them are small. Welcome to trading. Look, and this is the part I want to mention, like yesterday, where what I want this trader is to avoid this area here. I mean, this one here is not good. I'll do it later. I don't. As you see here, this flat market here. This is where an auto trade should not be taking a trades right there, And then if we look, there is quality trade, minimum losses. Minimum losses. It could be you can go for a day or two with a very small losses, and the guy on the moving market, he will grab big trades, and on the market is a little bit chip chop market. You're gonna face in 10 ticks stop loss, and I don't want to make it big. It's 10, 12 ticks stop loss, and when the market going, it will be going. So so this one here, this kind of auto trade, has nothing to do with the signal. The one you're looking at here has nothing to do with those signal at all. This is a total different automated trade. And then when a guy came in, now we don't, after we give him all the system, but what I'm doing right now, I'm not putting him directly, not unless if this guy no trading, then I can be comfortable put him on the signal automated trade, because the signal automated trade, the auto trade will take those trades, and then the knowledgeable trader can manage those trades and can identify when the market is going sideways and dismiss a new signal. So for a guy that's been a trader for a long time, I strongly advise him to stick to this one, because on this one here, is the whole point is to trade between 9 and 12, catching one signal on each instrument, and you're done. Because this one here is built to catch one signal, and when we catch the signal between 9 and 11, 12 o'clock, there is a good potential to get $1,000 on that trade, or $500, or nothing. I don't want it to say it's all signals is gonna make you money. There is some bad signals, like anything else in this life. And there is a guy can monitor and take it at the target, making 1,000, or he can let it be, and if the market go back, he can close with $10 profit. This kind of auto trade, it is for the advanced trader, but you cannot go head to head with it if you don't understand levels, if you don't understand fibs. And one of the things on this, you need to monitor, as we said yesterday, we need to monitor when the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, they are in sequence. As we see here right now, it is a lot of red. Welcome to trading, because the market is really not synchronizing right now and switching signals. But however, on the scalper 15 seconds, it is synchronized, and there is really a lot of volatility at the moment, and we can see it immediately on this. So what we have done right now is when for the last couple of 3 weeks, every new trader is coming in, we are putting him on that kind of trade. I want him to, it's a very friendly use. Even if you tell a guy don't trade all day long, sometimes you talk to yourself. So I put him on that one here, and even if he let it run all day long, I'm not worried about him, because of course he's gonna have a losing day, he's gonna have a winning days. But the whole idea here it is not taking too many trades. And on a normal day, you will have a couple of 3 trades on a normal day. But what I like about that chart, the 11 and the 12 range, and I study it now for the last 3 weeks, that auto trade, not an ATR auto trade, not a MACD auto trade, that auto trade, the way we have built it. Sometimes when you start and the market is chop, even at 9:30, it's not going to take a trade sometimes if the market not moving. It goes 10 o'clock, it's not taking a trade. It goes 11 o'clock, it's not taking a trade sometimes. And then bang, at 11:30 he takes 1 trade. And then around 1:30 he takes another trade. But the trades you are taking are a quality trade. I will not say every trade is going to be winning trade, but if we look at this chart here, the last trade was from 39.14 to 39.05. You do the calculation. This trade was from 39.50 to 39.48.75, and there is a gap time between those two. And now, because of this market going, if we look from the market analyzer is a total different system. Is lighted with green and red like a Christmas tree. So being this auto trade, not taking any trade, I'm grateful. So for the guy knows how to look at the market, I'm not worried about it. But you got those majority people with a $4,000 or $5,000 in their hand, and their knowledge is very limited, which those are 90% of ninja traders. They hardly have any knowledge. So the thing they do, because they follow indicators, that they have 20 indicators on the chart and they are not consistent, but they think they are, but they're not, because their indicators following the market is not predicting anything. When the market goes down, their indicator says down. Any guy with a little light bulb in his head can see the market is down. It does not require any instruments or any indicators to know if this market going down or not. So for the guy have a good eye, he can understand where is those level here, and he can understand where is the support resistance area without drawing anything on the chart. And he understand you don't need to remember every single bar. I never was able to remember every single bar's name, but it's irrelevant, because it can be predicted that it was short from here, because those bars are not, color bars are not based on ATRs. They are based on price level. So when the market goes back and gives you this yellow line, or this yellow bar here, it's telling you this is the edge of it, and now it's going down. So I can trade based on the price line colors on that one. I can trade it, and what it does, it give you signal, and then let you know when the market is trying to change direction, as you see here where it says yellow. And when the market is sideways, you can see it right there. It's sideways. You can see it. You can see where it's red, and below the red is yellow, and above the yellow, this is where, and actually we have an auto trade on this, on the TI7. What it does on the TI7, once the color is changed, ignite the trade. On top of that, what we have done, Once it changed the color, you can tell the auto trade to start taking a trade from the first bar, the second bar, the third bar. And then what we have done on the TI7, if you are in a trend and the bar changed colored, you're not going to run out of luck. As an example here, you take a trade on the second bar and the market taken, and you took a nice trade in here, and then the bar changed, you close a trade. What we have done on the TI7, you can highlight it that if there is a re-entry, and go ahead and re-entry. So this is a very nice entry from here all the way up to here, but there we go, this red bar put you out of that trade. But then the auto trade can take the second bar as an entry and keep going. And if you are taking a short, we'll take a short. If it changes the color, it's going to close. But then if it gets red, it's going to take the second bar and go with it. So for the last 15 years, we have not stopped developing. For the last 15 years, we never stopped developing. We never stopped updating. Most of the money goes to the development. Whatever we make, it goes back, right back into the system. So on this one here, when you have this guy start getting the idea about trading, discipline, consistency, once he's done with that, we can move him to the TI7. He's going to have everything in one time. The biggest mistake was when we did the installation for somebody many years ago, the guy was opening all the 10 auto trades, and I find out he's getting lost. And there is still some aggressive people that get lost because they want to open everything. And they want to toggle every auto trade, and they can do that, you know, it's their system. But I find out that before you activate, I mean, they're all activated on his platform. It's not my business what he want to do. But I find out when there's a new guy coming in, I put him on that chart. And when I'm installing now, because the first time I come myself and do it to get to meet those people. What I do, I say, here is your scalper I want you to start with, and here is your TI7. I want you to start with those. And I will not support you. You can do whatever you want, but I'm not going to support you on the other auto trades. Because there is some people, what they do, they open 10 auto trades and they get lost. And they are not concentrating on one. So what I want to do now, and what we have been doing, when a guy come in, I want him to start with the friendly use auto trade, put him on 11, 12 range. Let him be, and that's why I don't come on a YouTube on Wednesday. I go around the new clients and see how they are doing, and then helping them, direct them, because also this is one of the biggest mistakes. You just, when you don't hear from the guy, you think he's doing good, and he could be in a nightmare trouble. So on the new ones, we keep our eye on them on Wednesdays. And I go around, see how they're doing it. But what I do now, when a guy come in, I say, I support you on 2 different auto trades. And you, let's say, if you want to ask me about the reversal auto trade or the institutional auto trade or the next generation, I'm not going to respond to you, because I don't want him to open too many studying. And once he accomplished, and after 1 week, the scalper, It takes him another 2 weeks to do the TI7. Once he starts getting comfortable with those, he knows how to adjust it. He knows how to approach the market with it. He knows how to put it to work. Once he starts going with the TI7, the TI7 have a 8 different entries. The ES requires certain entries. The NASDAQ needs another entry, and the YM require different entry. You cannot come in with one size of shoe, one entry, and bang on this market, and you think, with a lack of money and experience, you're going to succeed. You're not. Because you got to approach the ES differently than the NASDAQ. And you cannot come in with one entry and bang on this market day and night. You must be dreamer. When a guy in front of you have a tank and you're coming with a stick, you want to beat him up and take his Ninja Trader account, and you're not going to able to do that. So remember, when you are live trading, there is another guy on the other side. He's much more educated, much more equipped than you are. So come in and wave in your ATR auto trade or your MACD auto trade, and you think you're going to bang on a guy who's been around for over 15 years. He have put his dues in there, and he have much more math on his chart, much more advanced trading on his chart, and you think you're going to step on his account and he's going to lose a trade and you're going to make money out of him. You're not. You're not. You're a dreamer. So also it's the same thing with auto trading. About auto trading, this guy is auto trading and you are auto trading. You're both sitting on a stop loss, sitting on the red light. One guy have a Pinto, one guy have a Ferrari, and they are both cars. And who's gonna smoke the other one first? So not an auto trade. An auto trade is not a donkey. Go and get your money from the market and deliver them to your bank. You are auto trading, another guy is auto trading, and one guy is using an advanced automated trade, and you are coming with an ATR auto trade, and you think you're gonna smoke him out. You're not. You dreamer. And so for that, I'm start getting comfortable with this for the new beginners. Not over trade. Even if you tell him, like my kids, nobody home. Some they do, but nobody home. So this way, I feel like I got him squeezed. I don't do things for the trader to piss him off. What I do is, from the learning those years, when I say I want you to start here, I'm not going to support you on the reversal auto trade, which there is plenty webinars, recorded webinars about reversal. He can go and understand it. But I'm not trying to pick on him, but I'm trying to put him and make him grow with the auto trades and try to understand auto trades. It's not to just push button, lift off, and we are on the moon. Mechanical automated trade. Now, there is two things out there, two companies. There is some companies, they are selling auto trades, and there is still some companies trying to drag you to the room, pay them money every month, and I want to teach you how to trade. And I find out neither one of them getting any success. Because in 2021, if you don't have the knowledge on your back for the last 15, 20 years, you cannot manual trade. You cannot. And for a new guy right now, trying to tell him to learn how to manual trade, they are shrinking to 10%, 15%. And he have a long haul to go. and a different time and different culture, different thinking, and the guy is no longer interested in learning. Fine, that's his right. We cannot do anything about it. But what we are trying to do here, we are trying to, God forbid, I don't want you to take a manual trade. Neither I have anymore the energy to put you in a room and bang my head with you for 1 year, and I'm not getting anywhere with it. I don't have the patience for that anymore. I'm done with this. But what I can do, I can teach you how to become an auto trader in one hand, and how to look at the trading chart, trying to understand what's happening with your auto trade. Because we need to be educated what is going on in the market before we're gonna unleash the auto trade to go live. And if a guy A started his auto trade at 9:30 with the same template, with the same chart, and there is a volatility in the market, he might lose money. And the trader B, he might start at 10:30 when the volatility is over, and he's gonna come in and jump in right into the money. So what I'm trying to say to A and B trader trying to trade the same auto trade does not mean he's gonna have the same results. If a guy start at 9:30, another guy start at 9:40, still they will not have the same results. So as we look at the ES, and when the auto trade taking a trade, I'm trying to get the guy to look and trying to predict his auto trade, where translate it on that chart and look at it. Now, if you don't have time, you don't have time. But when you have time, it's nice to, when the auto trade taking a trade, to look at this chart and trying to guess where this market going. And it is a very friendly use, this chart here, to understand what's going on and try to predict it. As we see here on the ES as an example, if you see the slide here, this is our re-entry short at 39.2150. If we look at this market analyzer without even think about it, as you see, it is a lot of red in here. The market is not in sequence, and there is a lot of red. Does not mean any trading system is going to be in a green every day, which we have showed in this live on a YouTube. As we see right now, it is a lot of red, and there is a lot of losses. 10 minutes ago, it was a total different story, and now the market is going brutally up and down and is causing a lot of confusion in the trading. And it is very simple. If we look at the ES, you can see it. There is an extreme heavy resistance area above the 39.2075 all the way to the 39.2550. They are extreme resistance, and there are extreme support from 39.14 all the way down to 39.04, is indicating this market cannot be traded. And right now it requires waiting time 10-15 minutes before we can auto trade it. So going back to the scalper, I'm trying to go step by step in here. Going on the scalper, as we see here from the swing trading is not getting anywhere with the trade. Then, as we look here, the auto trade has not taken any trade, and I'm grateful. When this guy don't know what's going on in here, is not taking any trade, and he's not putting himself in a mess. So this is the benefits about the 11 and 12 range ES. It doesn't matter where the money coming from, either NASDAQ, Dow Jones. I mean, when you go to supermarket, you don't tell him here is an ES money and a NASDAQ money. A green money is a green money. But it's been a puzzle for me for the last 10 years. How you going to get a guy? It is a challenge. The market is one challenge, which you can overcome with it in years, and then it will become very easy. It takes you seconds to read what's going on in the market, which it comes in time. But the biggest challenge is to bring a guy and try to make him auto trade, not make him work hard, not make him tweak a lot, and try to get him successful. That is a nightmare. It's a much more challenge. It's 10 times more challenge to approach the market, to get a guy. He's on a dreamland. He saw some Renko bar with an auto trade. It makes $100,000, trying to bring him down and tell him you need to learn and look at the market, so maybe you can survive on a $500 a day. And then this guy is going to say, oh God, this guy he's depressing me. I want the other guy because he have a Renko bar. His profit factor is $1 million a year. Guess what? And then he come back and asking if I will have him back. And I don't want to have him. I'm not a social worker. So that was a challenge for me. And now it is not anymore about auto trade, and we have plenty of auto trades in there. We have the most advanced automated trade, and as you see on the videos, I have showed you the next generation auto trade, which is 10 years old, and now we are remodifying it to make it simpler. And the next generation auto trade was not made for retailers. It was made for an institutionals because it is a huge auto trade. And nobody was able to write it because it was very hard for a normal guy to manage it. But now we are working on it to make it simple, and should be released by next week from the programmer, and then we need to test it. Anyway, so the biggest challenge is this guy not freak out on me when he's auto trading. So now I dedicate my whole time trying, when this guy come in, not get in trouble, you know. And a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, we had a guy from Mexico. I mean, he spoke okay English. I mean, you know. And I told him, don't go live. No, I'm not. Okay. We installed everything for him. Half an hour later, he called me in urgent. I came in. And what he did, he turned on every single auto trade. The 10 auto trades, he turned them all on. ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, CL. On one auto trade, the same thing, ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, CL. On the second auto trade, ES, CL, Dow Jones. On the third auto trade, and I came in, he generated over 300 trades within 15 minutes. And we shut down his system immediately. We flattened out everything. And he had one auto trade trading ES, another auto trade was trading ES, and another auto trade was trading ES. One auto trade was buying, another auto trade was closing the position for it, and the third auto trade was interfering with number 1 and 2. So you have one auto trade buying 1 kilo potato, another auto trade was closing the 1 kilo potato, and another auto trade was reopening the. I mean, it was a huge mess. He generated over 300 trades, and I said, which part you didn't understand? Not to go live, and he didn't have anything to say. And here is the puzzle. He will forget to say, Sam told me not to activate 10 auto trade in Mexico on a hardly any internet and activate all the auto trades. He will forget that part. He will forget that part. He will say, I used the auto trade, I lost $300. Why? How? And he stops. He will not say, Sam told me not to go live, and I went activated all the auto trades. He will not say that. And so this is the way. I'm very pleased. I'm very happy. It's not the best full throttle trading when you are doing this chart. No, it's not. We have a full throttle auto trade, and it can take any market, and it can be very consistent. The TI7, this is have a huge big variety of trade entries, filters, and if we look at the YM 5 minutes here, where on this one here, it is something for the trader not to blow his account. So we're not talking from a weakness, but you do not just put this guy on the most advanced automated to trade, and he hardly know how to optimize, how to tweak auto trades, how to approach the market, and put him on the most complex auto trades and let him fall from the sky. You don't do that. So those last 15 years we have, it was a total different school. How to approach the trader and how to, it is the biggest challenge in my life. How you gonna bring a guy from a bodega, put him on an auto trade and not hurt himself, and that it is amazing. So in those years, I find out you cannot depend on the trader to do anything. You have to put it right front of his eye, because the minute, with all the respect, it's not an insult. No, it's not. It's the opposite. Trying to protect that trader from himself, because if you do not put everything for that trader front of him and limited his him poking with the system and putting his fingers in it, and I don't want the trader to even draw a line. I don't want the trader to even go A, B, C here. I want everything to be plotted for him for his safety, because I find out, which it took us years, I find out when the trader is in charge, he is much more emotionally involved than what we are. I mean, we have burned all our rocks, and in those years we have seen so much that it takes much more for us to get excited with the market, and we become hardly any feeling in the market. Whether the market is making 2,000 or the market making 200 banana down, we become emotionally not involved with the market after so many years, because we have seen so many hell for the last many years. So now it is like it's just a small rock in the boat. It's nothing. So I noticed, and I find out those years, that a trader should not be in charge with anything. A trader should learn, you should simplify the auto trades for him, and don't depend on him to do anything or create anything beside try to teach him how to optimize and try to teach him how to look at the chart and look at the volatility in the market. This is our job to teach the trader, but I don't want him to be in charge with taking a risk on any, because that's why also on like the scalper here, he don't have anything to optimize except time frame. And the reason is, and the rest is closed down, locked. The reason is, if you let this trader put his fingers on the algorithm, he's gonna screw it up because he don't know anything about it. The same thing if you go back to the YouTube. A couple of weeks ago, I showed you an auto trade based on a reversal, and we had a guy who was constantly every day begging me he want to optimize reversal, until I showed him that the reversal auto trade cannot be optimized for many reasons. Once he understood that it cannot be optimized, he settled on it. He was a nice guy. But what I'm trying to say, there is a certain places in the market or a certain algorithm, you cannot let a trader put his fingers on it because he's going to ruin it. And now on the next generation auto trade, it is one of the most sophisticated auto trade, and it was not made for retailers when we built it. It took us 6 months to build it with a math teacher and the best programmer in the country, 6 months. Now what we are doing with this next generation, I don't want the trader to put his fingers on it. All I want him to do to optimize the time frame and the stop loss. This is the trader's business. It's not our business. If he wants to have 1 contract, 2 contract, if he want to have 10 ticks of stop loss, whatever, and then he can do it. But the less the trader put his finger on the trades or on the auto trade, the better off we are, you know. So this, you know, we learn a lot. It was a nightmare, but we learn a lot. And this kind of trading, it is my favorite, but not for a guy who don't know how to trade, really. So this is the scalper that I'm very pleased with. I don't care if it makes $500 a day. I don't care if it makes $1,000 a day. I don't care if it loses $500 a day. It's not, this is the issue. The issue is he's not going to get in trouble, and it does not require work on behalf of the trader. And if this market moving, you will make money. And if the market not moving, you will be in losses like anyone else with the rest of the world, with like any millions of traders on a daily basis. If the market willing to give us some, we're gonna get some. And if the market not willing to give us any, I tell you what, welcome to trading, because it cannot be just honey, you know, in the trading. So we don't have this magical auto trades. We don't have it, you know. I'm sure somebody else have it. So I'm going to take a break for 5 minutes, and now the market start lining up a little bit. And as we notice here, the Nasdaq is moving, the YM is moving, and now we've been 1 hour here, and the ES, there is no trades on the ES. There is no trade on the ES. Yes, the auto trade taking a trade on the ES, but there's nothing to count for. This is the TI7, and it's taking a trade, and look how messy this auto trade right now. It's very messy auto trade. It's $400, $500. Yes, okay, I understand that. But look, there is small trade, losing trade, winning trade. You can see it is messy. You know, You can see it is very messy. So I don't want this guy to start on the TI7 and get in a big mess. I want him to start here, put his feet on the table, relax, have coffee, have a pint, have a beer, have whatever, and relax a little bit, and try to understand what's going on in here. Because this is going to bring you money to there. So I prefer him to get into, so as we notice here on the range, there is no trade. And I'm glad there is no trade, you know. Now for the advanced trader, for the ones knows how to trade, or for the advanced trader, he is about to be done today, actually. You know, and there is plenty trades on the scalpers, those kind of signal entry, and probably he's done by today. So it depends also on the guy, how he's trading, what he's trading, and you have to understand the size of money you have, the size of knowledge you have. That's what you deserve. That's what you are worth as a trader on a daily basis. If you are on a $2,000 a day and your knowledge is down, there is hardly any knowledge in the trading, and you want to make $2,000 a day, keep dreaming. You know, you're not going to make it because you don't belong to anything like that. Now, if you have $5,000 and you have a little bit knowledge, then maybe you are worth $300 a day on an auto trade. If you've been around for 10 years, you have $50,000 account, you can hedge the future. You are on $1,000 a day, plus minus, all of them plus minus. So for every trader, your experience equal what you are worth in the market. But you cannot come in and bang on everyone because you have a couple $1,000 and an ATR auto trade, and you think now you're gonna bang on everyone. No, you are not even in the ring, you know. So you cannot do that, because a lot of people, I notice, to them an auto trade is an auto trade. It's just a donkey, go get money and come back. And it is not. It is you sitting on the red light, you have a Pinto, another guy have a Ferrari, and he's going to smoke you out, even if you are auto trading. So guys, I'm going to take a break before I get in trouble. And as we see right now from let me, before I take a break, this is an auto trade, taking a trade for whatever reason. I don't want to get into it. What we have situation here on the ES, we have a projection at 39.0825. Where is this market going? It's going all the way down to 30 in that trade. Now I have evaluated where this market going, and this is where I want to maximize my trade. I want to maximize my profit, because I don't know if Monday I will be able to make money. I don't know if on Monday this market is gonna willing to give me any money. If this market break that line, we're going to 390. It's right there. So now what I know, if this market going down, that's where most likely I can close that auto trade to maximize my profit. And as we see right now, this market turning around from the 39.04, and from $900 we closed on $100. 1 minute the auto trade had $700, and we closed on $100. And that's what you need to keep your eye on, because if this market goes down here, you make $1,000, and then what happened? This market went very fast, knocked us out of that trade, and we got only $100 out of it. Welcome to trading. No matter what you do, this market always can find a way to go under your skin. No matter what you do. No matter how much you take care of it, it always, I mean, you are auto traded nicely. Nothing is wrong. Within millisecond, the market goes up, knock you out of that trade, and now it's going down. I mean, tell me this one is not going to go under your skin. It's going to go under everyone's skin. And that can piss me off too. You know, so trade on the ES was a bit smarter. Still on that trade on the ES, 3 minutes. And it is coming directly to 390125. And it's coming exactly to here. And we can leave one as a runner, and we can, this is based on only 2 trades, has already broke even, so we estimate it where maybe we're gonna be able to maximize it to 3901. And I put it on that number, and we will see nonetheless if this market going back again and knock us out of that trade. Look at the reality of this market with the chop on the ES. The auto trades are taking the perfect entries, and the market, look at this, keep going back and forth. Every time the auto trade, take a trade, catch a trend, and it's on the $300-400 trade. And look, coming down, going back all the way here and knock you out. You can see, look at this. Look at the wick on this one here. And this is only 3 minutes. This one is from 3909 all the way to 3914. Jesus. And from the other side, 3907 all the way down to 3904. You need to be Houdini to auto trade this one here. When the market, every time you're auto trade, taking a perfect entry and it knocks you out. And welcome to trade, and nothing we can do about it. All those guys, they might skip the fact how the market move, but the reason we try to maximize whatever we can when the market is moving, because we don't know on Monday or Tuesday or next week, how is it going to be good week or is it going to be bad week? God knows. I don't know. Okay, we're going to shut off the microphone, and there is nothing to trade right now, and I don't see any trades here. Thank you. Thank you for telling me, Ben. I was talking to myself. Now I don't feel like want to repeat it. Okay. The reason I'm showing this, and I'm showing this one here, is the market. If we look at the market here, there is no trades on the ES. And if you are trading smaller time frame, you would have 3 losing trades right after each other. If we are talking about this, why I'm putting the new traders on this auto trades first. Our auto trade on this one here has not taken any trade, and now it's 11.19, and there is no trade on the 12 range, and I'm so glad there is no trade. Before Ben told me, thank you, Ben, I had the sound off. What I'm trying to tell you is, I don't like to draw on the chart, so I want to do this. If you are using an ATR, by the time you take a trade, it's a losing trade. By the time it gets here, you lose trade. By the time it gets here, you lose it. And there is a lot of trades and not making any money. When you are using a moving average ATR, it's not. So let's say if you were lucky and you were using ATR here, you would have lost it all in here again. So there is no consistency. But we're not chasing that trade. How would you know to stop here? How would you know to stop here? So whatever you made from that one here, you would have given it all back plus. And that is not consistent auto trade. I prefer you to take that trade and stay away from this nonsense movement in the market. Because if we look at this market, it's not moving on the ES. If you are using a smaller time frame, you would have got in trouble. If you do not know how to read the market, you would have got in trouble. And the biggest loss is coming when a guy is using auto trade and not looking at the real chart to see what's going on before he auto trade. So my mission is not for you to learn or trying to be wisdom trader. No, those days are over. I don't want you to take a manual trade, not unless if we want to hold hands for the next 20 years together. I don't want to do that. But for a guy cannot read, there is a problem in the market, his best option to start here. Until he start learning about auto trading and understand his limitation in the market and the limitation of his knowledge and limitation of the money he has. The first time when we were in Switzerland, and I want to open my first account. That was when the ES was 680, not 3,913. It was 680, 675, the ES. And I was not allowed to open an account at the firm I was working with. And above us was Merrill Lynch. The floor above us was Merrill Lynch in Geneva. So I went to another broker firm, which they know I was working for that firm. Back then, I had a house when I was working with the airlines in Texas, 2 living rooms, 4 bedrooms, swimming pool, and I got a good price on it. It was sold for $75,000 back then. And then when I tried to open my first account in Switzerland, I tried to open an account with $50,000, and they know me from the other company. The guy took me on the side and said, Sam, because we know you, you have to put $250,000. Now with a $2,000 account in 2021, you with a $500 account money, you can open an account at NinjaTrader in 2021, and now probably my house worth around 3-4 million in Texas, and account with NinjaTrader, but does not you're not even getting wet yet. You just have your bathing suit on. So it's very challenging for me. He thinks that he has money, which his money, we have some traders, they lose and they make money on the DAX between 30,000-40,000 euro a day on the DAX. And here's a guy coming with $5,000 or $2,000 he wanted to trade, auto trade in, no knowledge, with 2,000, and he think he can change the 2,000 to 100,000, and he don't, because he is not in the trading industry, he don't understand those money, they are used not even for stop loss. I just made a big move on a trade yesterday, and if there's anything goes against this number, is going to be 10 times more than what you own, you know. And I locked myself in yesterday on a big investment in the market, and it is a long investment. It's not a daily investment, but it is a huge investment, and which it is going to be every day between $10,000-$15,000 plus minus. So 20,000. So when you are having $5,000 in the future trading, don't think you own money here. Yeah, I think you have money enough just to breathe and learn and step into the water, but does not entitle you to kicks anyone's butt in the market. You know, trust me on that. So I was so embarrassed when this guy took me on the side and he said the minimum was 250,000, and I thought, I'm coming with 50,000, it should be enough, you know. And I was very proud with 50,000. It turned out my 50,000 back then is not even will make me step in to those investments. So guys, now we are in 2021. $5,000 is not really real money. Grow with it, but you're not gonna be hitting the jackpot with it. You're gonna grow. You make money until you become consistent. This is the way to grow with it. But you're not going to go on a full throttle, lack of knowledge and lack of money, to go from 0 to 100 on a full throttle and turn your 5,000 to $1 million in 1 year. That is not going to happen. You can lose $50,000 a day in the trading future, but you are not going to make $50,000 a day. Losing is much faster than making money in the future trading. That's not encouraging to talk this way, but I'm gonna be consistent on putting those traders on that kind of trading for their safety to start with, and then they can grow with it and start approaching more complicated trading. You have enough in your package to grow with it. You have enough in your package to start with a simple auto trade medium auto trade, advanced auto trade, and you have enough, you have both of feet on the ground to keep going with it. But there's no such a thing to come with the only butt is going to be kicked is yours. Honestly, guys, I'm not trying to depress you here, but that's reality. And let's try to do something else here. ES, there is no trace on the ES. And CL, lately the CL I'm not pleased with. On any auto trade, I'm not pleased with the CL, which the CL used to be a few years ago our favorite instruments to trade day and night. And lately, after New Year Eve, the CL has not been best performance instruments, actually. All the eyes on the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ has gone very fast, and the NASDAQ become the trading instruments because it's moving a lot and it's trading a lot. But nevertheless, don't make a mistake if you are trading the NASDAQ. ES goes to certain critical area. The NASDAQ stop. So when the ES has to cross critical area, the NASDAQ stops. So when you are trading, which the biggest mistakes traders do, when they want to auto trade the NASDAQ, they are blind what's going on the ES. You cannot do that. You cannot say, I only trade NASDAQ. As a trader, if you want to trade the NASDAQ, or if you want to trade the DAX is in Frankfurt, and the ES on different planet, I also look at the ES, because the ES can give you prediction for the DAX. Even the DAX is on a different planet. The ES is always guide you to the market, always. Even if you don't trade it, the ES is your best signal in the house to indicate what's going on the YM, ES, NASDAQ, everything in the market. Even if you want to trade the stocks, and this is the biggest mistakes, because we used to trade the stocks without even looking at the platform. Because I used to memorize all the support resistance lines on every stock I traded. I can trade it from a mobile phone because I know where all the levels. Even until today, people make mistakes. They trade the stocks. They don't look at the ES NASDAQ. And it is the biggest mistake, because if you want to look or you want to trade the stocks, they put their head into the stock itself, and you have to, but stock traders do. They don't look at the higher picture of the market, what's going on. I'm scared if I'm gonna upload, because now there is nothing to trade. I'm scared if I'm gonna upload because the YouTube sucks all my internet. But let me try to do that for you. And to position yourself on a long term with the stocks, you have to look at the daily chart on the ES, because the ES give you an early prediction This is your Forex trader, but I understand euro dollar. I have no integration with the Japanese, Aussie dollars. I have no integration. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. Something I don't know, I don't trade it. But I'm very familiar between Europe and USA. And if we look at the ES on the bigger picture, I don't want to talk politics here, but if we look at the ES from last year, it was riding from 33.65 all the way to the very high level. On that chart in the trend, you should not be taking any more action in the market in here. And I'm not responsible for your trade. Just put their head in the small pocket and they try to study the stock itself. Okay, that's fine. Which I have a different approach for that. I'll keep it to myself. In general, the market 03/2021, and now it is all high, and there is an exhaust in here. And if you notice, we have all kind of level here, but if we look at the ES in general here, reach the top. And now, if this market go below the 48.75, somewhere around there, the ES is going to drop to the 37.79.95. So no matter what kind of homework you do on your stocks, in general, if the market taking a dive, your stocks are taking a dive with. And on the news, maybe it's going to go ahead and spike for a day or two, but then it's going to drop again, which a lot of people don't understand. The trade in the stocks, you have to look on much bigger picture than the stock itself to understand and analyze in a bigger picture where this market could be potential for a drop or correction. And that is the bars, they were very far from that line, which it is a very strong market, indicating there is a strong market. On the around there, on the this is the first of the year, right here, a broke on the, which is normal on around after the Christmas. The market always is a very unstable on the first week of the year. This is normal, and the market took and now start touching this line and start breaking up with this line. So if we want to look at this chart, you can see how this market took off. I don't like to draw on the chart itself. So here is your line. And here's your trend. And now it got broken. So we have something to lean on 37.81.25. And after that we will, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just telling you how I'm looking at the market. I'm not responsible for anything. And what I see, we are at the very, sometimes you hear on the television or something, they say, is it due for correction? And this is what it is. I'm not trying to tell you there is a correction. I don't want you to hold it against me or anything like that. But it is obvious the market is to the peak. So whether this is not what I want to say. What I'm saying is also there is a lot of handicap stock traders, a lot of handicap stock traders, and they are leading traders to trade the stocks, and they are not really looking at the whole picture, and they are leading them. I'm not saying everyone, but there is some. They are miscalculating the market, and the market right now, it could ignite. I don't know. I don't know what happened, or it could be dropping the ES to the 37.8125. So, as a stock trader, I'm no longer interested in the option stocks. I'm no longer. I don't feel like want to deal with options anymore. But for a long-term stock trading, maybe I will start looking at the stocks once we get to the 37.8150. This is where I start open the book and start see what is good for shopping. However, there is a lot of rules in the stocks. I don't want to teach the stocks. But I was always like this when, if I want to buy Intel, if I don't use a stop loss on Intel, what I do, I short the AMD. Because if the market goes down, the Intel hold positions, the AMD stocks drop very fast. So if there's any correction in the market, I was secured the Intel by the AMD. So the way I traded the stock, I see what is competitors to those stocks, and I buy long on the solid one, and I short out the unstable one as a stop loss. And this is the way I approached the stocks before. And if I want to buy Motorola, I short out back then Nokia. If I want to buy another company, I'll see what is the competitors and I short it out. Because always the market, there is potential to drop. And when there is a potential to drop, I don't sit down and hold a large amount of money, and I cannot use it for anything. So always when I'm trading the stocks, it has to be one in one direction, and the sister of this company has to be short. And this way, you have the stable stocks in one direction and the unstable stocks, because the minute there is a correction in the stocks, those they drop immediately, and this is where you make your money on it. And then, when you exit on those trades, you have gain money to cover those long trades, and your money is still good on the long trades with any losses, without any losses. So to me, I look at the stocks different, and I don't feel like when I get into it to the public, but I'm just giving you an idea. And this is the same thing when I position myself on the euro dollar, which I told you guys a few weeks ago, which I gave warning here on the YouTube about the euro dollar. I don't know if my internet gonna able to hold all this. And I'm talking here not on a daily Forex. You cannot day trade Forex. You're gonna be brutal on a daily trade in Forex. I'm sorry to say that. I prefer to day trade the futures, but not day trade Forex. Forex is a nightmare because not the market is against you, the broker is against you. And a lot of problems with the brokers Forex. That's why you see the majorities, they're out of the country. And as we look at the euro dollar at the moment, which I have indicated here a few weeks ago when the ES, when the euro dollar is somewhere around there. And I told you it was going to go short. Now I'm expecting it to go much further than that. I'm expecting it to go much further than that because right now, if we go below the 119.80, there is a good potential to drop somewhere around 17. So on the long, look at this. Those are your institutional numbers. Look, they came in right at the institutional numbers. Amazing. So I'm expecting a little further drop on this one here. If the market goes back up again, here is your price short. It's right there. I don't need a genius trader to position yourself on a euro dollar on the long run, not an earlier. 120.55.4. It's right there. So for a different kind of investment, you can, or for stock traders, this is our subject. A lot of traders, they brush off the ES NASDAQ, and you cannot do that. Simple as that. You cannot do that. So if you are a NASDAQ trader, or you still have to look at the ES. You cannot avoid that. And because the ES is going to indicate the direction of the NASDAQ. If you think the NASDAQ is going to go up here, and the ES not going to cross those here, the NASDAQ is not going to do it. So when you are come into certain areas in the NASDAQ, well, Jim, we didn't lose our hair for nothing. So now if we are auto trading the NASDAQ, that's what I'm trying to tell you here. And if the ES is not going to cross the 918.25 and the 19, the NASDAQ is going to drop again. Where is going to drop to? The NASDAQ is going to drop to this re-entry. And that's what I was telling you. I'm not dependent on the trader to do anything. I want everything to be plotted on the chart. That's what I said in early conversation. For that reason here is 12830. This is the re-entry. There is a support area. Here is your re-entry on the pullback. When everybody going short, you are going long in here. You are going the opposite direction of those amateur traders. So now when you are trading the NASDAQ and you have a signal, as you see here, the Autotrader took a trade. If you are a trained trader, you know immediately you are in trouble with that trade. Immediately. Immediately. You run and cover yourself immediately on that. Why? Because if you are looking at the ES, and the ES was not able to break those here, the NASDAQ is going to collapse on you again. And let's watch it. If the ES not able to break those area here, NASDAQ is going to drop and it's going to knock you out of that trade without any questions. And you got to take it as a big boy. And if the ES break that area, the Nasdaq is going to break that area here. If the ES able to survive this area here, the Nasdaq, all these guys, they try to make videos about fib lines and blah, 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 blah. It's very easy. Look at the ES. If the ES break that one, the Nasdaq is going to break that one. It don't need a brilliant trader to know. If the ES not able to break that one here, the Nasdaq is going to collapse immediately. So within $415 profit, you're going to drop to zero profit. That is trading. Now the ES passed this one here, indicating you are going to probably, if this ES is staying in there, you are on $1,000 trade. Very simple. It's not out yet. Wait. The bar has not closed yet. Wait. And that's why you say, my auto trade made money or my auto trade did not make money, because you're not looking at the chart, not because you're auto trade. No matter where this auto trade you brought it from. And I'm going to leave it as is. And you know immediately you are in trouble the minute you took that trade. So you know when you are taking a trade, most likely you're going to able to see if this trade going to survive on an auto trade by looking at the ES. You can see if this trade is survivable or not. And I'm trying to see if there is any Nasdaq trade. There is no Nasdaq trade. So, and do you think the Nasdaq is going to go up? No. Now we start losing momentum. And then when you are looking at the ES, you're looking at the Nasdaq. So when you say I only trade the ES, it does not entitle you not to look at the I only trade the Nasdaq. Does not mean you're not looking at the ES chart. No. Because they are connected. Even if they are Nasdaq become for the last few years independent, they still, and there we go, that trade did go out. And now the ES is dropping to the 914. And what happened in the Nasdaq is coming exactly to this re-entry right there. The next level, this is the first support, and now it's going down to here, and here's the support, 28.33.25. By now, this guy is using an indicator. Now he start having a short entry. Well, thank you, Jim. Jim wanted to buy my crystal ball. Okay. Well, the wife, Jim, the wife took the crystal ball and made it to scrambled eggs. So the market came in here. By now, all the indicators runs by those amateur trader start going short, and his auto trade going short, his ATR going short, everything going short. The guy jumping, he's thinking he's gonna miss the trade, while the other guys are sitting here on a standby to buy. And that's the difference between a guy jumping on the wagon, because this is enough to point all your indicators short, and there is no short. The market is going the opposite direction, and this is a pullback. So you have your head on one direction, and the market is on the opposite direction. And that's why 90% they fell into those traps between the short and the long and the pullback. and the re-entry. And trust me, I'm not interested putting you back. Look at this. Putting you back in the trader room for 10 years. And I'm bored with it. I don't want to do it anymore. There's not enough money for me to do this. And as what you said, those guys, ATR auto trades, now they took the bite and they start going short, and we were sitting waiting till this market come into the re-entry, and we are going the opposite of 90% of those amateur traders out there using indicators. Welcome to trading. Again, this chart did not take a trade yet, and I'm so glad. Okay? I'm so glad it's not. Now, if you want to trade and you want excitement, put it on 1 minute. You're going to get a lot of excitement. But for the guy has, while the market going sideways. So we are right on the spot with it. That's what I mean when I said, not trying to insult anyone. I said I don't want the trader to put his fingers on anything, because if you give him an access to this one here, he's going to ruin it, because he don't know what he's doing. He's going to ruin it. So this one here, you cannot adjust it. And I will not allow a trader to get an access to it. It's in your system. You put it, and this is it. Gentlemen, it's 12 o'clock. I'm so glad it's a Friday. I'll run out of steam this week. It's been a busy week. And I want to say thank you very much. And please be safe. And I wish you very, very pleasant weekend. Again, reminding everyone, there is no webinar on Monday. There is no updates on Monday. There is no releases on Monday. Once the next generation, probably is going to be done next week, the next generation, we're going to release a new next generation auto trade. We're going to release the new TI7. The TI7, the name is TI7, but it's for NinjaTrader 8. And we're going to also release the new auto-traded fib zone, which we have made. We're going to release it. And we are already started on a new auto-trade. We are under a test. I don't want to show it to you right now, because you're going to knock the hell out of me. And you're going to kill me when you see this. We are already start testing a new system. And this one based on one contract, 5 minutes. And is already nailed 1,487, even on a volatility market. And we're still working on it. And what we are doing, we are putting one line, everything in it. And then, but this one here, it is, no, sir, no, Louis, we're not doing YouTube on Monday, sir. I'm sorry. So we're not even have a webinar on Monday. Reminding everyone, we don't have a webinar on Monday. So we have 3 releases. We have the TI7 for NinjaTrader 8. We have a new auto trade on the fib lines. Another auto trade on the fib line. You have one ATM, and now it's coming full automated. And what else? We have, I forgot what we are releasing, you know that? That's how much I'm tired. We have the TI7 for NinjaTrader 8. And the next generation, and a new auto trade for the zone. The one have the zone membership, not the outsider members, but the insider members. Is a different system you have. And we're gonna release all 3 in one time. I don't feel like we're gonna release one piece at a time, because it generates thousands of hours, and then the week after release one more, and then you have a guy don't know how to. I don't want to go through that. So what we do, we hit the support one time on all three, and once the next generation is finished, we're gonna go ahead and release all of it in one time. I don't feel like when I log in and all the support go crazy and log into thousands of computers. Um, you give you a heart attack. Yeah. Yes, Louis. You know. Yeah. Um, okay. I think we are done. Yeah. I don't see anything. All right, guys. This is it. I don't feel like want to do it anymore. We have a lot of work today. We have a lot of new members, and we will. We wish you a nice weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday.